Hey everyone, we have some breaking news, so we'll just get right into it. The House of Representatives just released the text of their brand new stimulus bill, and it includes in there $1,400 stimulus checks for everybody making below $75,000 per year or $150,000 per year if you're married filing jointly. There's a lot of details to get in that bill. There's extra money if you have children, up to $3,600 of a child tax credit. Lots of other things in there as well. We're going to break it all down for you in this video. This is breaking news, so give a like to this video if you first saw it so we could spread the news, spread the word to all those people who have been waiting to get their stimulus checks, the third round of stimulus checks. Give a like to this video and subscribe also if you're new here. It really helps the channel out and you will not miss on this latest breaking news. A lot of things are going to be changing and happening as the weeks roll on, so you're not going to want to miss it. With that being said, my name is Kevin Conway. Let's get right into it. So like I said, the House of Representatives released the text of their bill that they are hoping to pass by the end of this month and give it to the Senate and then give it to President Joe Biden to sign into law. And that is the next round of stimulus. For a lot of people, that will be the most meaningful thing, the third stimulus check and the extension of the unemployment benefits. So let's talk about the stimulus check for just a second. The stimulus check is $1,400. That $1,400 is on top of that $600 we received in December and February and January as well. So it rounds up to $2,000, the amount that Joe Biden promised everybody. $1,400 will also be per person in your household who qualifies. So if you have dependents, if you have people who are children, college students, whatever, they're claimed on your tax return, you will get $1,400 for those people. So if you're married and you have two kids, that could be $5,600 if you qualify. Let's talk about who qualifies for a minute. So according to the text of this bill, the income cutoffs for qualifying are, like I said, $75,000 and $150,000. Notice that they're not the $50,000 and $100,000 numbers that we thought was going to be the case here just yesterday when we had people like people in the House and in the Senate talking about lowering the income cutoffs to include just the lower and middle income people. No longer is that the case. We have the exact same income cutoffs as we did in the CARES Act and in the last stimulus bill, $75,000 and $150,000. If you're head of household, that number is $112,500. That is your cutoff if you're head of household. Now, you will get a stimulus check for adult dependents and college students, whatever it may be. If they're claimed on your tax return, you will get that amount of money for them. That is your income cutoff. A lot of people want to know, okay, that's great, the income cutoff, but my income dropped or went up a lot. How do I know if I qualify under these income thresholds? Is it based on 2018, 2019, 2020? What is it based on? Well, what we know right now, and you're going to want to subscribe so we can find out more later and I can bring it to you, but as we know it right now, it's based upon your 2019 income, unless you've already filed your 2020 income, in which case it'll be based upon your 2020 income. Now, if you're somebody who had a good job in 2019 and you lost your income was reduced in 2020 and you're just using your 2019 income and you wouldn't qualify under that scenario, I would recommend filing your taxes now, or if you wait to file your taxes until later, you could always claim this as a recovery rebate credit, just like we had in December for those people who didn't receive that stimulus check when you file your 2021 tax return. But the point is, it's based upon your 2019 taxes, unless you have already filed your 2020 income. If you made a lot more money in 2020 than you did in 2019, I would recommend holding off filing your taxes, because likely it'll be the case that the same text will apply under this scenario as it did in the CARES Act, which is if you made more than that amount later, you don't have to pay it back at all. It's just yours to keep. That's what I would recommend. But again, we're going to know a lot more in the coming weeks. Let's talk about what else is in this bill. The biggest thing that I think is in this bill, besides the stimulus checks, is the extension of the unemployment insurance. This isn't a big surprise, but we now know that the House has confirmed, and if this bill passes, this will be law, $400 federal boost is back on the table. It's not $300 like it currently is right now. It's not $600 like it was in the CARES Act, but it's $400, and it's going to go through August 29th of 2021. This year, August 29th, $400 per week. You qualify for any state benefit at all, you're going to get that $400 federal boost. Now, if you ran out of benefits, when are your benefits going to be re-upped again if you've run out, say, in March? Well, it's going to be extended also until August 29th of this year. What else is in this bill? Well, if you have children, you'll be happy to hear that in this bill includes a child tax credit boost from what it is right now. Currently, it is $2,000 if you have a little child like I do. Totally not worth the amount of money for how expensive they are, but $2,000 is better than nothing. And it's a tax credit, which means it applies dollar for dollar on the federal tax that you owe. It doesn't reduce your income and then your taxes are calculated. It's a credit, meaning any tax bill you owe, it automatically goes to offset that. It's much better than a deduction. So currently it's $2,000, but under this bill, it's going to be $3,000 if you have children above the age of 6. And if you have children below the age of 6, it's going to be $3,600. So either $3,000 above the age of 6 or $3,600 if below the age of 6. So that means that you're going to get additional money on top of stimulus checks in your mail on your taxes when you go to file your taxes. That is a big thing. There's a few other things in this bill too we're not going to get into. There's stuff like funeral reimbursements, which is like, $7,000 or so if you had somebody who died as a result of the virus, but that's not nearly as exciting as the rest of the stuff, so we're going to leave that aside. And there's a lot of other things like state and local government money and money for testing and tracing. But those are the key things in this bill that I'm sure that you want to know. Stimulus checks, unemployment insurance, and of course, the child tax care credit. If you want to know anything else, leave it in the comments below. I'll do my best to make a follow-up video. Again, this is breaking news, so we don't have all the details right now. We only have the key details, but I wanted to bring you this video late tonight so that you could be aware of what's going on and what is moving through on Capitol Hill. They heard you, and they heard that income cutoffs is staying the exact same, $1,400 per person in your household. That is an amazing amount of money. We will see how this ultimately pans out. I think it has a very good shot of actually passing, especially now that it is written into law and moving through the chambers. So be sure to give a like to this video and subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.